New animated series can be pretty hit or miss, but for me, Final Space is a smash hit. This series debuted a few weeks ago, and the first 3 episodes have been incredibly well put together with a very rich plotline and enjoyable, funny characters.
Look at that. They went with green for a red alert. I mean, I would have went with red. A periwinkle. Heck, I mean, even eggnog. I don't even know if that's a color, but oh, good lord, now I just went eggnog.
As a massive Rick and Morty fan, at first I was skeptical this would be a dumbed down, kind of lamer version of that show, but it really does have its own unique style and it's downright hilarious. And just like Rick and Morty, it is loaded with hidden references and Easter eggs right under most viewers' noses. What is going on, guys? I'm your host as always, K-Mac Time, and today we're going to take a look at all the Easter eggs that I found in the first 2 episodes of Final Space. So grab a snack, grab a drink, hit that like button because here we go.
The rate of the leak will render you lifeless in 9 minutes.
You are really buttering me up with fantastic news.
Now, first off, the show takes hints and grabs little bits and pieces from all types of sci-fi adventures and movies from old-time stuff like that, which is pretty cool. And the first one we see here is pretty obvious. That is that the talking spaceship AI named Hugh is obviously a play on the 2001 A Space Odyssey movie, in which a very similar talking AI spaceship is named Hal. And there's also this plot line in Final Space where they refuse to give him a cookie. This is pretty analogous to the scene where Hal refuses to open the door for the captain. Pretty funny stuff. I like that one a lot.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
Another very similar thing here is when Gary's sending his messages off to Quinn. He does it in a captain's log type style, which is obviously a reference to Star Trek and how they do their captain logs. And this has been done in a ton of shows, but I thought it was pretty cool as well.
Captain's log, 80085. Hey, Quinn! Guess who? It's me, Gary, again. Quinn, I've thought on it, and I've decided that since this is the big day, the day of our anniversary, as you know, it's time to get real.
Now, Olin Rogers, the creator of the show, has actually been a YouTube star of sorts for over a decade now. His main channel has nearly 1 million subs, but if you go all the way back, his first channel to gain popularity was actually a sketch comedy channel that him and his friends started way back in like 2006, 2007 called Balloon Shop. They've made hundreds of very popular sketch comedy videos and were very popular back in the late 2000s. Anyway, flash forward to today, and of course, Olin has snuck a ton of reference from his roots in comedy into Final Space, and it's absolutely awesome. First off here, we have an ad for Dart Juice on the bathroom mirror, and this comes from one of their more popular older videos.
Talent.
It was a hard formula to come, but not too hard.
That was Dr. Clapp, creator of Dart Juice.
We also get to see It's a Monday written on the wall of the ship by Gary, which is another throwback to a Balloon Shop video from years and years ago, which is really cool. I thought that was kind of neat they threw all those in there. Also in episode 1, in the bathroom wall, you can see some graffiti, and if you look closely, it says, Devo was here. Now, I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that Devo is actually the nickname of the art director for the show, so he managed to sneak his name into the on-screen camera there. That's pretty sneaky of him. When Gary first meets Mooncake, he actually smashes into his face, and Gary thinks he's trying to eat his face, calling him a face eater.
Oh, you're not a face eater. You're a face hugger. Chookity. I need a face hugger in my life.
But once he finally sees that he's friendly, he starts calling him a face hugger. And this is a reference to the Aliens movies where there actually are face-eating monsters called face huggers. We also get to hear Gary use the term Sweet Gandor's glove.
I got one! Sweet Gandor's glove! I got him by the loving cookie!
Now this is a reference to Gary Space, an early version of the show that Olin Rogers made himself and put up on YouTube years ago as one of his earliest attempts at animation. It's pretty cool to go back and watch these. You can actually watch all 10 or so of them on channels on YouTube, and it really gives you a glimpse back into where this show started, how they got it started, where they developed the humor, how they developed the characters. I highly recommend going back and checking some of those out. Well, totally worth your time. I thought it was really interesting.
Because life cannot support life. Sweet Grandor's glove. Wait a second, Command Starbase. It seems like life. Command Starbase, this is Gary Space. I seem to have made contact with an indigenous species. I feel like as if I just looked in the eyes of a creature from another planet. Truly a spectacle to behold. As if staring deep down into the dwells of a creature. Command Starbase, I'm commencing first contact procedure. I will give the creature a verbal command of extreme difficulty. Cheese.
Also, another thing I thought was incredibly funny is how he labeled the refrigerator, named it Beth, and was giving it the eyes. I thought that scene was absolutely hilarious, but something you may not have actually noticed is there's actually two versions of Beth the refrigerator. There's Beth that's just labeled Beth, and she's in the commissary or the food hall. There's one labeled Other Beth, which is the same looking fridge, just with different letters on her, and that's in the med bay area of the spaceship. And finally, and possibly the one that everyone has been talking about the most, is this ship right here that looks strikingly similar to Rick's ship from Rick and Morty. This is in episode 2. However, I was actually able to get a hold and talk to Devo, the art director of the show, and he said this, quote, "Yeah, there's been a lot of that going around and questions about that from our prop designer. We kind of looked at as it is a generic 1950s alien spaceship that you would normally see on some of those old alien invasion movies, which is probably the same idea that Rick and Morty pulled from in the future. I'm a fan of Rick and Morty, and I have a lot of friends that work on both that show and this show, which is why I brought them on, because they know the sci-fi genre so well and could get through the huge workload we had. I would also say that shows that sit in similar genre will always be compared to each other. I'm sure if Futurama was still around instead of Rick and Morty, that we would be compared to them as well. First thing we told everyone on our crew is that this isn't Rick and Morty, so let's try to experiment with some different ideas, which we think we did, using vibrant colors and heavy compositing in After Effects. People have only seen a few episodes or just the trailer and have assumptions and believe that by the end of the series, everyone will realize that how different Final Space is from other shows set by the tone and story of the art." So that's actually a really cool response. So he's basically saying, no, that isn't Rick's ship. There isn't going to be a crossover here, at least not yet, and that they're trying to separate themselves from Rick and Morty, which I can respect. I mean, it's kind of hard to be compared to a show that's so huge like that. It's a very similar genre. So they're trying to create their own path here, and I think that's really cool. And it's also really cool of him to answer me on Reddit, or he answered me on that. Anyway, there you guys have it. That's all the Easter eggs and references that I found in the first few episodes. I'm absolutely loving the show so far. I cannot wait to see where the story takes us. The plot line is just now getting good. I mean, we're getting past the intro to the characters, and now we're getting deep into the plot, and it looks like it's gonna have a lot of twists and turns and awesome stuff along the way. If you guys haven't seen the show yet, I highly suggest giving it a try. You can catch it on Monday nights on TBS, or you can stream it on the TBS app. The first 3 episodes are up right now. You can check them out. Highly recommend doing that. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you guys did, do me a huge favor. Smash that like button down below. Let's try to get this video to 1,000 likes. If you can help me out there, it'd be greatly appreciated. Also, make sure you guys are subscribing for more Easter egg videos on the future episodes of Final Space and other shows. Check out some of my previous ones. I've done them on Rick and Morty. I did one on Wreck-It Ralph 2 trailer the other day. All kinds of fun stuff. Links in the description. And always, guys, remember that if you guys caught anything that I may have missed, please, by all means, let me know down in the comments. I would love to see things that maybe you guys picked up on that I missed out on. I'd love to talk about that kind of stuff in the chat down below. Also, hit me up on Discord and all my social medias, links to all that as well. But until next time, guys, remember that it's always KMAC time somewhere. Until then, take it easy and peace out.